Good afternoon. I'm Saad Al-Aziz, the owner and head instructor of Semper Fortis Jiu Jitsu here in San Antonio, Texas. And here for this week's topic of the week, we have a lot of kids competing in the Battleground tournament tomorrow. And it's a really well-run tournament. We always have a good experience when we go there. It'll be at the George Gervin Center. And this video is really mainly towards the teammates and specifically the parents that I really want to address in how to approach these tournaments. So most importantly is for the parents, I want you to support and love your kids. That's what you need to do. And for your teammates, as many people from the school that can go and support and cheer these kids, and we have a couple adults also competing, the better. Because it's nice when you step out on the mat, even though it's you and your opponent, it's nice to be able to look over on the sidelines and see your friends and family, you know, cheering and supporting you on in your match. So it's really a good experience. But for the parents, what I want to talk about is let your coaches that you're paying your monthly tuition to train your child, let them coach your child during these matches. Whether it's Edric, Chris, Robin, Sway, they've been training your child. And they know what your child knows and what they don't know. They know what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And what happens too often is I'll see in tournaments where a parent who does not do jiu-jitsu will attempt to coach their child and coach over their coaches. Like a couple years ago, me and Professor Isaac, both of us, of course, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu black belts, were trying to coach this child who was, I don't know, about 9 years old. And the child's father, who does not train Brazilian Jiu Jitsu at all, kept yelling and screaming instructions at the child during the match. And so me and Isaac, we just stopped coaching him. We stopped coaching him not because his father was giving good advice. His father was giving terrible advice because he don't know jiu-jitsu. But I want the child to listen to his father. You know, like if he has to make a choice between listening to me and listening to his father, I will always encourage the child, listen to your parents. You know. Plus, that's who you got to go home with as a child. It's like you should listen to your parents. But the father was giving terrible advice, and his child predictably lost. And so, you know, and I try to talk to the father afterwards. I'm like, look, man, you know, like, what were you doing out there? And he's like, well, you know, I sit in class, I've watched the instruction. And I'm like, I understand. But as an analogy, I've watched a few open heart surgeries on TV. I've seen a couple of videos of it. I've never gone to medical school. I don't have any formal medical training at all. But you probably wouldn't want me to do an open heart surgery on your heart. You know what I mean? I've seen the videos. I sort of got the gist of it, of what they do when they put a stent in there. But watching and knowing are two different things. You know, same thing as like I've watched a few videos on how to tune a diesel engine. But I've never had any formal training as a mechanic. So chances are if I tune your diesel engine, it's not going to be a good outcome. So same thing with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You know, just it's a little bit more complicated than, oh, I've watched a few UFC fights and I've watched a few Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes. I'm prepared to give advice. No, let the coaches do their job. Because, like I said, Robin, Edric, Chris, Sway, they are experts at Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and they know your children. And they've been training your children. So let them train them. And as a parent, my hope for you is that, one, you show good sportsmanship towards the other competitors, towards the referee. Don't insult the referee. Don't question the referee's motives. If they give a point that you disagree with, the referee is not there, you know, to undermine your child. You know, the referees are human. Do they make mistakes? Absolutely. But every competitor makes mistakes too. There's sweeps, there's moves they could have made, they could have done that they didn't throughout the match. So the referee does not cost you the match. You know, you cost you the match. And so show good sportsmanship towards the referee. Don't question their integrity. You know, don't engage in arguments with the other teams, you know, the other competitors out there. Just show good sportsmanship and love your children. You know, hug them, embrace them, encourage them. Don't criticize them, like you should have done this, you should have done that. Because in the moment, it's hard to do these things. Like, that's the thrill of competition, and that's why competition is so effective. Because you might even know what to do, but with the adrenaline rush and this, you know, a little bit of scariness that's involved in the competition, you know, you might just forget what to do. And that's good. I mean, you know, like, it's not ideal for that particular tournament, but in the overall growth of your child, that's good that they realize, oh, under pressure, sometimes I forget some of these moves. You know, so maybe I need to drill them more to get them into muscle memory. And we want to encourage them, win or lose, to train more and stick with it. You know, because some parents, and not just in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, but I see it in football, baseball, basketball, all youth sports, are so hard on their kids, so critical of their kids, that they drive their kids to quit, because then it becomes, the sport's no longer fun. And for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and Judo, I want the sport to be fun for these kids. I don't, win or lose, we want to love them, we want to support them, we want to encourage them, and stay out of the criticism business. You know, stay out of the, you know, the coaching on the spot business. You know, like, we can work on Monday, you know, any errors they did in class. And of course, once again, Chris, Edric, Rob, and Sway, they're going to be there coaching them. They're going to be there watching them. They're going to see room for improvement, areas for improvement. So let them do that. You know, you as the parent, support them. And just realize, and like I said, with these other athletic sports, you know, parents sometimes will try to live their childhood through their child. It's like, no, you had your childhood. Now it's your child's turn to have a childhood. Let's make it a joyful one and encourage them, support them. And keep in mind that at this tournament, there's no scout in the stand waiting to give your child a scholarship if they win the match, or if they execute some special move. You know, like, there's no scout that they have to impress, because there is no college scholarships for Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. So there's nothing on the line other than your child's development. And that's all we're concerned with. And realize that what could be more scary to a child than the opponent that they're facing is having their parents be disappointed in them. That's more scary to a child than whatever opponent they're facing. So encourage them, support them, and let them know that, hey, you love them. And, you know, even if they go out there and, you know, immediately get tapped, totally forget jiu-jitsu, and, you know, lose the match. It happens. It happens to adults. It happens to kids. It happens to humans. These things happen. So support the kids. So that's what I want to ask, is that you go there, love and support your kids, let the coaches do the coaching, and that includes the teammates, you know, who are going to go there and support them. You know, just cheer them on. Like, hey, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, clap for them. But when you're screaming instructions and the coach is yelling instructions, it becomes a lot of noise. It's like, I got 20 people, you know, yelling instructions on what I should do. Let the coach yell the instructions, and everybody else just cheer them on. Like, hey, you can do it, you can do it. And it'll be a great experience for your child and for the whole team. We'll all be happy. And I'm going to be happy and proud of the kids, whether they win or lose. As I said in a video a few weeks ago, the only way I'm disappointed in any of my competitors is if they show poor sportsmanship. You know, I don't want to see poor sportsmanship. You know, but if you lose, you know, I've gone to tournaments and lost. You know, I compete a lot, and I've lost matches. You know, and it doesn't matter who you are in what sport, we all lose. You know, Michael Jordan has lost basketball games. Wayne Gretzky has lost hockey games. You know, Babe Ruth struck out a lot. You know, Tom Brady, as amazing of a quarterback as he has been all these years, has lost a lot of football games. We all lose. You know, Muhammad Ali, an amazing boxer, I think the greatest boxer ever. He lost a few boxing matches. You know, like these losses are going to happen. So just treat them as, hey, this is part of our growing process. So don't over-stress the kids. Let them be kids. Let them enjoy this experience. And I think it'll be very positive for everybody. All right, that's it for this week. Look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. We will have regular jiu-jitsu classes and judo classes. So 9 a.m. kids classes a go. 10 a.m. judo is a go. And we're going to do 11:30 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And we'll also have our coaches and teammates at the tournament. So we're going to be going for it all tomorrow. So we're looking forward to a great weekend and a great, prosperous day. All right, ciao.